As historic as this week has been, as the last 2 weeks have been for the country, with some very important, heavy issues that need to be addressed, and I'm glad that we've been covering them, but I'm also glad that we can have a little bit something lighter to tell you that is also in its own way historic, and that is the fact that Las Vegas has reopened. And maybe I'm a little more excited about it than the average because I do
Charles
enjoy
likes to get
a little
his
bit of
gamble
gambling.
on.
Yeah, but yes, Las Vegas opened on Thursday. The casinos opened their doors. And I think the other thing that people are really looking forward to are those pool parties being opened again.
Pool parties are open, at least if you're the Flamingo in Las Vegas, which is the first hotel and casino to throw a pool party since the pandemic. Now, you guys remember they were closed for 78 days, and the pool party looks a little different than it would have this time last year in June. Yeah, there's not as many people, but you do see hotel personnel wearing masks. You see lifeguard wearing masks. People are kind of spread out a little bit.
Servers there wearing masks, yeah.
Servers, yeah, they're cleaning all the seats and things like that. So it looks a little different, but also kind of gets you excited because slowly things are going back to normal.
If people have never been to a Vegas pool party before, it is packed with people on top of each other. This is not like a pool where you go swim laps. Like, you are on top of people having drinks. I think sometimes thousands of people.
I think that they've said that there's got to be it must be that there's reduced capacity. Like, they can't let in the same number of people that they would normally. And so maybe that is more in line with what you're going to see. I mean, I think this is mostly because it was the first day. And by the weekend, there'll be more. But I still think what you're talking about, Mike, I don't think we're going to see that just because they're not going to allow that number of people in. I thought what was interesting here is, Charlie, while you see the staff members who are wearing masks, they're not requiring masks for guests, but you would think some people would be wearing it anyway, and you don't see anyone. And even, I mean, that looks fine because there's distance there, but there was a photo, and I don't know if we have it, Reagan, where people were lined up to get into the pool, and everyone's standing right next to each other. Nobody had masks on.
Well, you know what I was thinking of, and not to be like cavalier about the virus, but if you're laying out in the sun, people worry about tan lines. I'm serious here. Like, so to have a big thing on your face, I don't think people are likely going to want to do that.
Jersey is showing in you
Think about it. Think about having this big, you know, untanned part on your face.
It's no different than having a sunglass tan or a hat tan, right?
Yeah, but people don't like that either.
Yeah, that's why I don't wear sunglasses when I'm tanning.
It will be interesting to see. And you know, look, Vegas, the people of Las Vegas who live there, who work there, needed this to happen. They needed to get back to work, and people want to get out and play. It's just going to be interesting to see in what numbers people go, because we've seen that it feels, we've been talking about this, that it feels like people just aren't really thinking about or concerned about the virus anymore. And everyone's waiting to see if this equates to
this will be an indication, Charles, now that people are actually allowed to go outside. We've heard people saying, I'm ready to get out there. This will be the true test because you're allowed to go to the pool. Now the question is, will people actually show up?
My name is Carson. I'm from Palm Desert, California, and I'm really not keen on the idea of these Vegas parties, especially during a pandemic. But with the states reopening, this behavior comes as no real surprise, and I fully expected for people to push their limitations at this time.
Yeah, you know what? The other thing about Vegas is it is a destination. So the other thing you got to remember is that all those people who are going there and they are exposing themselves, they're going to go home to different parts of the country. And if it doesn't go well, I mean, in the worst case scenario, it's a case of super spreading. But we're hoping, of course, that is not what happens, and everything can continue getting back to quote unquote normal.